The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw Dating, preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, Nicole Hutchison, and Jess Navarez.
Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, days are rolling by. I am Nicole Hutchison, joined by Aisha Morrison and Jess Navarez. You're welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys in the SWBC studio. We got Thursday, Friday, 4 more days until the Dallas Cowboys take on the Bills. I know we didn't have a show yesterday, so we didn't get to
We missed y'all.
We missed y'all.
We missed you, humans.
Break down that big win over the Eagles as much as we wanted to, but now we got to switch gears, talk a little bit about this Buffalo Bills team. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about this offense, with the Bills offense, Cowboys defense. But first, we got to talk about Jonathan Hankins and what kind of void that would lead for maybe guys like Carl Davis or Mozzie Smith. And that's something that Coach McCarthy actually just mentioned, that we could be without Hankins, of course, with the high ankle sprain this Sunday. But he said he has a little bit of confidence going in with Mozzie. Where's y'all's confidence with the guys that will have to fill that void in that room?
I mean, Carl Davis, a lot of experience in this league, played for New England for a while. I would assume he's going to be called up just because of the experience, because to play DT and to do some of the things that Dan Quinn is asking for, you have to have patience and experience. So I know he talked about but Dan Quinn mentioned, what is that gentleman's name? Willington.
His first name starts with the P.
Yes, I can't. I don't want to ruin it.
On.
I wrote it down.
But Dan Quinn referred to him as Will. And see him in the locker room a lot, really even-tempered guy, but he's a guy with some size, some power, and he has some experience in this league as well. Hearing Dan Quinn mention him by name let me know that that's something that they're also looking at. So with those two gentlemen coming in, I think they could definitely hold down the fort until, especially with how well these linebackers have been playing, a lot of that has to do with the defensive tackle play. And so, I think they'll be okay. Also, a gentleman like Chauncey Golston, who has he's been scoring well as a DT, according to PFF, especially against the run. Maybe that's another gentleman that you roll out there. Nothing's going to replace Hank.
Yeah.
It's not. But if you can have a guy, play up to standard and just hold down that fort, I think this defense will be able to still go forward and be successful.
Willington Pavilion.
Yeah. Willington.
Pavilion.
Yes.
I didn't want to mess up his last name.
Yeah, that's him.
Nice guy.
Really
Very
sweet,
nice and
really
lovely.
sweet, even-tempered guy, but he has some violence to his game, and definitely I'm going to probably take a look-see at some of his film and just kind of get an idea of what we're going to expect from him. Again, just circle back. But, I would think Chauncey Golston. I would think, obviously, Osa is going to continue to play stout. Willington coming in, and then Carl Davis. Carl and I go way back, so I'm excited to see him get the opportunity, man.
All right.
Yeah.
My bad. They just
There you go.
My bad. Yeah. Like,
Said it all. I don't need to regurgitate, but I am glad you said nothing is going to replace Hank, because we have seen what an impact he's made the last 2 years. I go back to my conversation with him pre-Eagles game, and man, it just makes me so sad. I was listening back to this interview, and you're standing right there.
Yes.
I was listening back to it, and I had asked him, what is it like for you to get multiple sacks, the last 2 weeks? You've walked out of games with sacks, and he's like, I don't want it to stop. It's not going to stop. And he said, last time I was on a roll like this, I had 7 sacks in one season, which he was correct. That was his second year in the league.
7.
Yeah, second.
As a DT?
Yeah.
Mercy. I didn't know he was moving like that.
So that second-year jump was very pivotal for him. And so he was with the Giants at that point. But hopefully he's getting healthy and he's not out for long, because what I always go back to with this run defense, and given the linebacker room looks a little bit different now than it did last year, was when Leighton was out and then Hank was out with that stinger. I believe it was a stinger last year, kind of towards the end of the season, right before the postseason. And the run defense did take a little bit of a drop off. And then people started noticing, oh, wait, Jonathan Hankins is making an impact. But going back to my conversation with him, I had asked him, what are you doing to kind of stop that noise from being made on the outside, to not get scrutinized with the run defense? And he said that he's had a full year under Dan Quinn at this point, that he came in, not having training camp last year, not really, having that full year to absorb the scheme and everything. And he also gave credit to Aiden Dirty and Dan Quinn for allowing him to just play free. He said there's not really much we can't go to them with and say, hey, I want to try this. If it makes sense, they really let us go for it and just play football. So he said it's a real open conversation with his coaches. He gave credit to them, gave credit to Osa. He said Osa was a really integral part of his jump this year, Hankins' jump this year, because it's rejuvenating to be around youth like that. Man, I'm so sad because it was such a good conversation we had before the Eagles game, but wishing him a very speedy recovery. Youth in the room is going to take care of business. Osa has a monster within him, and I'm very glad I don't ever have to go against Osa Odigizue at any point in my life.
You ain't lying.
Hank also got on his socials and posted and was like, I'm all right, y'all. Like, it's gonna be okay. I'll be back, and that's just reassuring. And to your point, we did lose him last year towards the end of the season, and when he came back in that Niners game, especially, it was very evident the difference that he makes. So again, the young guy's gonna have to hold down the fort, especially this week against this running back that likes to escape up the A and B gaps, and we're gonna have to get jiggy.
And if they can't, linebackers, all eyes on you.
Yes.
Hello. I see this as a game as, of course, Carl Davis gets that #1 spot to start, but maybe Mozzie Smith, this is a game for him to kind of show that he's actually making the right strides, like the trend upward of getting better, which he's shown. I know he had played 24% of the defensive snaps last Sunday, and he's had some good days. He's had some bad days, but it's all right. Like,
good day.
but no, I think that this will be a game to show that he belongs, and so I'm looking for Mozzie Smith to come out and perform like he needs to. But switching gears, let's talk about this rushing defense.
Yeah,
they've been pretty solid the last 4 games. I did the numbers. They've been averaging and allowing about 98 yards on the ground in the last 4 games. Much improved since the beginning of the season. How important will it be, and what challenge does James Cook bring? Because we know a lot. This is one of the top running backs in the league. Top three running backs in the league as far as scrimmage yards. I know he's had 4 straight games with over 100 scrimmage yards.
It's crazy.
Insane. What kind of challenge, Aisha, is this for our rushing defense, especially the linebackers?
Yeah, this is a steady 1-2 punch. I looked at James Cook. I was just immediately taken aback by his speed and just some of the things he's able to do. He has 789 yards on the year, averaging about 4.8 yards a carry, which is nuts. He has 1 TD, but that's because his quarterback is a little selfish once they get down there to the red zone. I'm not even going to go there. One thing that stood out to me looking at him is that he has 24 yards for over 10 yards a carry, and he's averaging 3 yards after contact. We'll let you know this dude get busy out there. But one of the biggest things that stood out to me is where he's running the ball at predominantly. This is a guy that really likes to attack the edge. Definitely really likes to attack the edge, specifically the left end. He likes to break to the outside and get busy there. I also saw that some of his yardage is coming from the right guard situation, kind of running in between there. But I was really, the biggest thing for me with this run game, yes, they can tote the rock, but this offensive line,
I was just about to ask
chicken nuggets. This offensive line, when you talk about, I literally wrote down, I said straight up blocking, no. Getting in space and getting your guys on the move, yes. The weaker side of that line is the right side of that line, and it just shows. But I will say that the biggest thing for me with James Cook is his passing ability, how they use him as a passer. Sis, he's not just catching stuff in the flat or like, oh, he's just another option. No, this dude is running up the seam. This guy is running post routes. This guy is running wheel routes. This dude they're using him as a receiver. So you mentioned the linebackers, girl. You're going to be looking for Marquise Bell, like, in coverage with him and how he handles him. Maybe you see a spy. Maybe you see something fancy schmancy, because he's such a big part of their offense, yo. I was impressed by him. He might be one of the best running backs we're going to see this year. He might be the best you're seeing this year.
He's slippery.
So
you want to talk about tackles and a week that the tackles need to be nearly perfect?
Yeah.
It is this week.
Talk about it.
This week, the yak yardage specifically, and you mentioned that, but holy cow, he's going to get them. He's going to get them almost every time. But what's going to be interesting in this game, and we talk about this being an outdoor game and weather coming into play, is this is really the game inside the game is going to be run versus run, right? Because really when there's a breeze, it's going to kind of temperament, I guess, how the passing game is going to be impacted. Right? A slight breeze, so 5 to 10 miles per hour. But when you think in terms of being in a football field, and kind of how that adds, it makes it feel a little bit more breezy than it actually is. Long story short.
Excuse us.
Sorry.
Come on, weather lady.
Hello.
It's coming out.
I put those days behind me, okay?
It's coming in handy.
It comes in handy when the Cowboys have outdoor games. But it is something to keep an eye on, because not only is Josh Allen trying not to pass the ball. Let's talk about that for a second, because anytime he gets pressure, he does not do well, and that's exactly what the Chiefs did last week. They put so much pressure on Josh Allen. There was, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 quarterback hits alone in that game, all over the place. There were pass deflections. I mean, they were putting the pressure on Josh Allen. He's not trying to pass the ball.
Yeah.
He's not trying to pass the ball. So it's going to be a very run-heavy game. So all that to say, tackling needs to be shored up for the Cowboys defense, first and foremost. Linebackers, all eyes on Marquise Bell and Damone Clark, because I do expect some growing pains without Hank. Not going to lie. They're big shoes to fill. I mean, literally, like, he's a big guy. Big shoes to fill. So I do expect some growing pains. However, I don't expect a drop-off. I think there's a difference between growing pains and a drop-off. I just expect some growing pains, especially early on in the game. So the linebackers have to come in clutch in this game more than ever.
Do you think that it'll be difficult for Osa to pretty much, I mean, not saying that Carl or the other guys can't handle the load, but do you feel like it'll be a lot of pressure on Osa to really handle that interior defense?
No, I don't think it's a lot of pressure on him. I think this is something that he's capable of. I mean, when you look at the QB, Jess, you made a fantastic point about Josh Allen and just how he's handling pressure.
He's not.
If you look at their offense and a lot of what they're doing, you don't see big plays from them unless he is scrambling. Yeah. Because this protection is really having trouble holding up. So in turn, of course, those long developing plays downfield, if you look at their receivers' numbers, they're not getting these big catches off of just design plays. Most of the time, the quarterback's getting out of the pocket, scrambling. So you're looking at this defense, too. They may have to do some rush contain again, as they did with Jalen Hurts this past week. Rush contain, and then possibly have somebody kind of checking out the quarterback in case he escapes. I feel like, if you can get home with 4 as well, it's going to be important, because you're going to be able to drop guys in coverage. And this quarterback right now, he's looking to make the big play. I feel like Dak Prescott went through something similar like this, where there are at least once or twice a game you was like, throw the ball away. Now, Josh Allen, there's not any play. Most of the plays are not dead until they're finished with him. So this guy's, he's going to scramble outside the pocket. They ask their tight ends to do so much, though, in pass pro and protection. But they, to me, are the focal part of this offense. When you talk about, because this offensive line, they're getting the ball out quick. They're having to do quick game type stuff. Dalton Kincaid, Knox, like you mentioned, the linebackers, they're going to have to play stout, because they use their tight ends very heavily by default almost because of the way that this offensive line has not been able to hold up. And so I'm also looking for this Cowboys defense to have coverage sacks because that's what, if you look at the Kansas City game, that's where a lot of their sacks came from, where him escaping out the pocket, then making him have to hold true. He's under duress, like Jess was talking about, but he didn't. If he sees something downfield, he's gunning it. He's not playing. He has the arm talent to do it. This is a talented dude, and so the secondary is going to have to play until the whistle is blown, and maybe then some. Like they're going to have to really stay hip to hip with these guys. So I thought that was a fantastic point you brought up about the pressure. The Kansas City showed some things in regard to getting him off his kilter. But that scramble drill, he's deadly in, y'all.
And also look at the size of Josh.
Yo, he's so big.
6'5",
DQ mentioned it.
230.
He big.
He's huge. Yeah. I think he's probably the biggest quarterback that they faced so far.
Yeah, you got to
that's a good
tackle him. Yeah, you have to tackle. But it's not. I don't even think one person ain't gonna cut it.
No.
Like, it needs to be all but one thing that I saw against Philly, hey, yo, if you gonna act like you a running back, we gonna hit you like you're a running back. Yeah. So you may have to have that same approach. And it's not to punish him, it's to wrap him down and let him know, like, hey, we're here. If you want to escape out this pocket, it's not gonna be easy for you. Because if he sees open field, he's gonna go. He's gonna go.
Yeah. Something interesting too is you kind of forget about the drama in Buffalo with the change of
new
play
OC.
calling.
Talk about it.
And I honestly, I remember I heard about it. I was like, make a mental note for when the Cowboys play the Bills. And then I kind of forgot about it. Like, a lot's happened since then in football time. That feels like a universe ago. But it almost feels like this Bills offense is having a little bit of an identity crisis right now because even their receivers, like Stephon Diggs, not having but...
What was it, like five targets last game?
Well, it was 11 targets before catches.
It's because they can't.
24 yards. They have playmakers. It's just Dalton Kincaid, another guy. They cannot figure out communication, ball distribution. I mean, they're kind of all over the place in terms of their receiving game. So, yeah, when you got to lean on Cook for the run game, keep things watered down and basic, that's what they're doing. But it's working because he's so good. Yeah. And he's going to make it happen. But, look, need not forget... Let's just stay very grateful for Mike McCarthy's play calling because I really think when you look at what can happen when you change an offensive coordinator, you change who plays the call or you change who's calling the plays. There we go. It's been easy. It's been pretty easy, a slow progression for the Cowboys this season. And given it didn't happen in the middle of the season like it did in Buffalo, and thank goodness, but they're having a bit of an identity crisis right now.
But we say that.
Interesting.
And then who knows? The light switch might come on.
I mean, that's with any game that any team that plays the Cowboys, we've talked about this, is going to be like, this is the statement game. They need this win.
They need this win.
They do need, and I agree. I will say, and I said it about Philly, you can't be something that you're not. And this offensive line is just not that good. I mean, the offense now on the left side, Deion Dawkins is over there. He's definitely he's quiet. He's low key, but he's definitely it's the better side of that offensive line to me. And then we got the OG Connor McGovern over there.
So weird.
Mercy.
So weird.
He be getting. Listen, they really don't do well with power. They just don't. And then their right tackle, he gave up 1 sack last week and 4 pressures. Listen, there's opportunity across this offensive line. So to your point, they do have playmakers. Yeah. But they can't make the plays if these plays can't develop the way that they need them to. A lot of their bread is buttered in the run game, getting out in space, and also to quick hitters with their tight ends and their running backs out the backfield sometimes to try to get them some success. But yeah, I mean, Osiris Torrance is one of the really kind of taunted offensive guards coming out of this draft. He struggled with speedy receivers. DNs is the footwork isn't really there. He gave up 3 pressures last week, 2 sacks on the year. He's having a little bit of trouble as well. So there's opportunity here, especially specifically on the right side of this offensive line.
They don't do well. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Wow, that's
I was talking about
so
the offensive
crazy.
Line. It's okay. It'll come to you.
No, it'll come to me. I'm sorry. But no, I looked up a stat earlier. This offensive line's allowing pressure on 1/3 of the snaps.
It's crazy.
They've only allowed 18 sacks this season, but they're doing just enough for him to get the ball out and for him to make a play, which is crazy.
I also could definitely
Identity
see
crisis.
So, and you're 100% right.
It is.
But I will say though, like, so conceptually and some of the things they do, it looks good. Like, it could work, but they ain't got the time to do it.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. I'm not gonna say
Go there. We got time.
I was just gonna say, look. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'll tell you off air.
No, y'all are right. Like, this offense has the capability.
I'm not doing that today.
They have the capability to get going. They're fifth in points scored. I think they're sixth in points allowed. But yeah, this offense has the capability to get going. But they rely so heavily on the big play. To your point, Jess, they rely very heavily on the big play. So if you can get them to make a mistake, slip up,
force fumble time.
He puts the ball on the ground. He has 4 fumbles lost on the year, 14 picks all the way around. A lot of that has to do with his eyes.
I mean, I don't expect a pass-heavy game.
No.
I'm calling it what it is. It's going to be a little breezy. But, look, I think last week's game was a very good practice round for how many forced fumbles you could see in this game.
Yeah, because even the receivers
saw them punching balls out in 3 forced fumbles last week.
The receivers will put the ball on the ground. I'm sorry, Trayvon. Stephon he'll put the ball on the ground too. He has 3 fumbles on the year too. So I mean, it's possible. But yeah,
Trayvon.
I'm sorry. Please don't be upset with me. But no. Yeah, I also feel like with this defense, something that you're looking for. I'm looking at how well they tackle, because there's yak ability through that receiving core as well. So, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We're going to keep breaking down this Bills offense when we come back. You're watching Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
In a break.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that 6th ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Lawrence is the Dallas Cowboys nominee for the 2023 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide. Help Tank raise funds for Dak Prescott's Faith Fight Finish Foundation by casting your vote on NFL.com/Man of the Year, or tweet your support using the hashtag WPMOY Challenge. Voting ends January 8th, so please, please, please go vote for Tank.
Go vote for him right now.
Oh my.
Dang. That's what happens when you spend that much time together, honestly.
Right now.
If y'all.
At this moment. Stop listening to us for 1 second. Go tweet that and then come back here. Or do both. If you multitask, unless you're driving, don't do that. Don't do that and drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anything else, like, you could definitely do it.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
If y'all had to, okay, we're actually gonna go ahead and play a game. Actually, no, not now. We're gonna wait to play the game in 2 seconds. If y'all had to describe this Bills offense,
okay.
Oh my God, in one word, what would it be? And you can't use dysfunctional.
Oh, I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
But that was a really good one.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Sporadic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Why?
Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. There's the random explosive play, and then the 3 and outs, and then it's like it's sporadic. Like sometimes they look really good, and then sometimes you look at them, you're just like, who did it? What's happening? What's going on right now? So yeah, they're sporadic to me.
I'm gonna say chaotic.
Tater tots.
I'm gonna say chaotic, and only because, like I said, they're going through a bit of an identity crisis right now, and it's very hard to lose your offensive coordinator in the middle of the season, rebuild, rebrand, and kind of try to pick up the pieces from that. And I think what you're seeing right now is kind of the reality of that setting in for them now, and that's why things have been so up and down, because they do have talent within their roster. I think Josh Allen can be a very elite quarterback. It's just the offense built around him isn't set up for anybody to really be successful right now. So it has to be watered down, and I think, this offseason is going to come for the Bills. They're going to readjust, and I don't think you see another season of them looking like this, right? So, yeah, I'm going to say chaotic, and I hope that was a long enough answer to buy you time, Nicole.
Dang, not you snitching on me like that. It's all right.
I saw you I said chaotic. I'm like,
my bad. No, I was trying to make sure that we had everything for this game. So basically, how we're gonna play this is, which I'm just, all right. We're gonna pick a name from the cup, the amazing cup that Jazz gives us every time.
Can we have a magical sound for our cup, Jazzy?
Yeah, Jazzy. Can you go ahead and play one?
The cup.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Was that?
That was Bones. That was Bones.
Is that Bone?
That was Bones.
I thought it was Chris. Never mind.
No, that's Bones.
Oh, wow.
Wait, hold on, Jazzy. Can you hit that again?
sound.
That was hilarious.
Do it again?
Yeah, man.
I don't even know what to say about that, y'all.
Oh, my.
I love that.
Whew. All right.
I love that so much.
Sound like something off Spy Kids.
I'm trying. All right, so what we're going to do is pick a name.
Movie.
I do too.
Pick a name.
It's a good movie.
It's the names in the cup are defensive guys for the Cowboys, of course.
Okay.
And then the way we're going to do it is name a player that he'll match up against.
Oh.
And describe that matchup in one word.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
tater tots. It was exciting at first.
I
and then it
know.
got
I liked
stressful.
that. And then I was like, wait, we can end it there.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready. That last shake was just...
That was so unnecessary. It really was.
Ooh, Sam Williams.
That was a good one.
Boy, listen, Sam. You against Osiris Torrance, it would bring me some joy.
It's holiday season.
I'm for real. Now, you know what's so crazy? Okay, y'all. So when I'm looking at the field, I say this. Our right is their left.
Yeah, that's why I have to
Yeah.
I'm having to.
Yeah.
I suck at doing
It's very
anything mirrored. I'm trying to tell you right
same.
now.
It's
So,
like theater etiquette.
It's fine.
Like,
but
when you
yes.
talk in terms of a theater.
Okay, so to describe the matchup between possibly Sam Williams and or him against Barnacles. What am I looking at? What you looking at? Oh, or Deion Dawkins. No, I don't know about that because Deion be holding it down there. All right, Spencer Brown and or Osiris Torrance. I would describe that as. Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
Or
we can use the word to describe it in food. Is that easier?
No.
No? Okay,
no, it's
my
not.
bad.
I'm gonna stick to what
One
I was
word.
before. Okay, so
All
one
right.
word to describe the
I'm like, nah, 'cause I'm
Spencer
hungry.
Brown against Sam Williams if he gets the opportunity, or Deion Dawkins against. I think it's gonna be a boxing match. I don't know. It's power on power. What's power on power?
Explosive?
Demagnetized. plus don't go.
We can go a boxing match.
All right.
Giving
We're just gonna go with
science
that.
lab.
I tried.
It's
That's
okay.
amazing.
It was hard.
Is it my turn?
Oh,
Okay.
Really
You can
hard
go first.
game.
I bet.
Can you guys hear that?
Oh,
She needs.
For the people that don't visually watch us. There you go.
Deron playing ya.
Oh, I'm
Hey.
jelly.
Deron playing ya. Nah, I'm excited to see him go up against Stephon.
You think it'll be Stephon?
I hope so.
Maybe it's Gabe.
I hope so. Sorry.
Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Either one.
Though. Either one would be
It's
good.
gonna be
Either one would be good.
Okay, how would you describe
How would I
it?
describe it?
See?
Dang.
See how hard it
I
is?
didn't think that hard. I didn't think that far ahead. Okay, can we go with 2 words? It's boxing.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I had it. No.
It's okay. You got this.
Bloodbath.
Oh.
Barnacles.
Jeez. Louise.
Let's go.
Say it with your chest, girl. Say it with your chest.
A bloodbath?
Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Oh. It is kind of gonna go down
It's gonna
because
go down between them two.
this secondary is gonna have to like really hone into their mechanics and not hold, not get PIs and stuff like that while he's scrambling. It could get a little.
I don't think they're gonna line him up against or test Stephon because of what we saw last week.
That's a
I don't
good
think
word.
that's gonna happen. So that's why I think they're gonna try to test him against Duran, see how that matchup goes, and But
That's good.
I know Duran's gonna.
That's
handle
good.
business.
He's going to be anything but bland. We know this.
Okay, can we do something different for this one? That stressed me.
What do you mean? I still have to do mine.
All that after this one.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
It's hard.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
Oh my God.
Malik Hooker.
Oh, the safety's gonna have to be disciplined, sis. Yes, that's a good one. Cause they see that single high, they be like,
I mean, I don't really look.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm sorry.
As far as the matchup, though, I mean, it could be any of the receivers, right?
Yeah.
But it could also be James Cook, and I hate to say that. I hate to think that he's going to even get that far down the field, but it's very possible.
he could. But one thing I will say, looking at Josh Allen, this could help you out maybe.
Thank you.
His eyes are what tells the story a lot of the time.
Yeah.
He's not doing
He doesn't
like
window dress very well.
No, yeah, he's not doing what Dak does, where he's like looking
Making
guys
his
off
progressions,
consistently.
Yeah.
He can do it sometimes, but he will stare down a receiver. So for Malik Hooker, he could very much so be looking at his eyes. So
Josh Allen. That's the matchup.
yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that. I'm going to go with that.
I like that.
So what would you?
What was your description?
What would your description of that matchup with them with him paying attention to his eyes and reading the quarterback?
I'm going to say...
Because I think I had one for hers. Like
Man.
a little word.
Help her out.
I'm
Like,
gonna
if she
say
doesn't-
I'm gonna say, and I'll elaborate on it. I'm gonna say new beginning because we've been scrutinizing the safety room a little bit here, but I think they have an opportunity to start a new beginning, turn the page,
Do it again.
and become even better than they have been.
Yeah.
So far in this chunk of the season. I think they're gonna set precedent. So I'm gonna say new beginning, even though that's not really a word. but
No.
it's a phrase.
I like it. They
like
came
that
out
one.
and they played really well against
Yeah.
Philly.
Or I
Like,
could say begin again. That's a Taylor Swift song. I'm
Nah,
gonna go
if-
begin again.
If this three-headed
Happy
monster
birthday,
is
Taylor
gonna,
Swift.
if this three-headed monster is gonna wake the hell up
Yeah.
and come out the cave
Yep.
at this time of the year, this is one of the games to do it too.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Thanks.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take our second break. When we
On
come
time
back,
break today.
you're watching Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
I was trying to balance this.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that sixth ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Experience the magic of the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at Christmas time, available through the holiday season on select dates only. Christmas tours at the Star get you VIP viewing at Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, a holiday-themed guided tour of the Star, and festive takeaways including a limited edition ornament and a Santa hat. Space is limited. Book your visit at thestarinfresco.com/tours today. Sounds fun.
Festive takeaways. Y'all know what the defense has to do. Get takeaways on Sunday.
They do.
They do.
That
Facts.
part.
Yeah.
Sorry, I literally just came with it. That was really creative.
It's off the dome, huh?
Bro.
I really need somebody to like clip that video of Aisha. Please tweet it to us. I'm gonna use that for everything I see on the internet from the rest of my life.
No, your face was hilarious. I'm trying my best. But yeah, that was off the dome.
It was.
She keeps saying
It was good.
It was something.
It was something.
It was there.
But no, for real, we do need this. We need this team to come up with some takeaways. That's something they did against Philly. What if there was a player that stood out to you all the most in the Philly game, who you need to carry that over into this Sunday against the Bills? Who would it be? You can only choose one player.
Oh no.
You looking? You ready?
I'm registering in my head.
You want to go?
Oh,
waiting.
I have one.
There you go.
Tony Pollard.
Yes.
Actually, can mine be like a double thing?
Oh, it's going to be defense. My bad. I should have said that.
Sorry.
Defensive player. I'm sorry.
Boo.
My
Okay.
bad.
All right. Hold on. You know what? It's
sorry.
not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I kind of forgot we were doing defense today.
My bad.
I'm going to say. Sorry, the nails are giving ASMR. I'm going to say the easy one. I'm going to say Stephon Gilmore.
knew it.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, you already talked about Bland. I can't be like anything but Bland every 5 minutes, you know? I mean, I could, but I'm going to say Stephon Gilmore only because I really feel like he's finding his stride here and everything's starting to click for him a little bit more. And you just want to continue to see more of that, whether it's this game or any game going forward. Locker room leader. And his ability to kind of fly sideline to sideline has just been really predominant, not just against the Eagles, but the week before that, I think it's just been a steady build. I'm going to go Stephon Gilmore. I want to see Gilly doing Gilly things. Get another forced fumble, maybe an interception if Josh Allen decides to chunk it downfield and you pick your poison.
All right. You want to go?
I want to add.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I add really quickly. Back to Josh Allen and just kind of how he's playing football right now. Stephon Gilmore doesn't get enough credit for what he does post-snap. Pre-snap rather, diagnosing, getting a feel and understanding, looking back at the quarterback and seeing what's going on. I do think these guys may take some chances, jumping some of these routes, doing some stuff, because sometimes Josh, again, because he's not doing a whole bunch of the eye movement and stuff now. Their offense will do some motion stuff and throw your guys off and stuff, so I'm not going to not give them credit there. But I will say, I think that these corners could have some opportunity to take the ball away, like you were saying. For me, my player that I want to see carry over how he played last week is Donovan Wilson. Is the gentleman I mean, when you look at how well they execute the QB sneak, it's on the money. It's almost automatic with this guy. I mean, one of the best things you can do with Josh Allen is keep him away from the end zone, because if he's 10, 15 yards out, he's running the ball. And again, like I was saying, I think that you have to let him know, and I don't know if he even cares, but if you can get him to put the ball on the ground, Donovan Wilson with the forced fumble, maybe you can make him take a few steps back with how much he's scrambling and running the ball, whatever the case may be, if you are able to force a turnover. But also, too, just the way that they run the ball, I think that Donovan Wilson, Jaron Kearse, those guys coming up and tackling, a James Cook or a Latavius Murray who gets some carries and is productive. Yeah, you're going to need these safeties to play the way they played last week as well, as they rush contain and made sure there was no leakage in the flats. Yeah, I'm looking for Dono again.
Yeah.
Big Six.
Yeah.
Big Six.
They don't want to deal with Big Six. Ooh.
They don't.
That was actually good.
Want to deal with
That was actually kind of... Oh.
Jazzy, you're a hater. It made sense.
Nah.
You should have said it with confidence.
I didn't like that one.
I'm sorry. No, it's because it didn't like click right away.
It didn't roll off her tongue the way she wanted it to, but it was a bar.
My mouth was going before my brain. Like, I was speaking before I was,
I was there with you.
Thank you.
I seen it.
Jazzy's just being a hater.
She is sometimes.
I was gonna go with Damone Clark.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Damone Clark. I've been liking what I've been seeing from him in the linebacker position. What was it? 4 tackles, a pass breakup, and a forced fumble last game.
Yes, 4 tackles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're gonna need that against a guy like James Cook, to take him down. So yeah, I'm gonna go with D Money Clark.
Yeah. I wanted to.
That wasn't as
No. You're right.
D Money.
You're right. You're right. I totally forgot. The return of the safety blitz was nice to see.
True.
Yes.
Last week. And
yes.
one thing about Josh Allen with this offense is if he's not scrambling, if it's just a design play, he's getting the ball out so quick.
Yeah.
So for this defensive line, there may be opportunity for batted balls. I saw that Kansas City had a couple, but also the safety blitz could be huge. When you have a quarterback that's trying to get the ball out fast and just kind of the way things are, you want to, if you're going to blitz this guy, because I looked at his numbers, he's still pretty good against the blitz. He's still pretty good. He's like 63% against the blitz still, which sounds bad, but it's pretty good. So he can still, if he sees that it's open, it's kind of like Jalen Hurts. It simplifies things for them when you blitz, because it lets you know, just like in basketball, hey, if you double team it, somebody's open.
Yeah.
So it makes the read quicker for him. If you need somebody to get to the house and get to the house quick, I would send a safety blitz with Dono, maybe a nickel blitz with one of your corners, whatever, or safeties rather. That could be huge in this game too, because Dallas did it last week and it paid dividends because they were able to get to Jalen in time.
All right. We got one more game in this?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm ready to get jiggy.
We're going to pick a name.
I'm sad because we didn't say any of the defensive linemen, and they got it. They have the opportunity to have a big game. They do.
We did it.
I'm sorry to laugh so hard, but y'all liked it. Yo.
Well,
Yeah, we really did.
DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah.
Well, let's go with this. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go with that. I'm sorry, I had to come up with it.
No,
off the fly.
I wasn't trying to throw you.
All right. Name a guy and describe the type of game he has to have
Oh, okay.
on Sunday
You have the floor
against the Bills.
when whoever she names, you got it.
You can pick whoever you want to pick.
I thought we were getting it from the cup again.
No.
Here I was like,
Okay, we can.
okay.
All right, bet.
So what am I doing?
So whoever you pick, just
Okay.
name the type of game he has to have
She just gotta shake it.
in a cool word.
Wanye Thomas.
Oh, he could be huge.
Wanye Thomas needs to have a productive game with more snaps. I would preferably like to see Wanye more in this matchup, especially if you're talking about safety blitz.
Yeah,
Wanye.
Or spy.
I like that one.
This is what we want. Right here. Wanye Thomas.
He could be great as a spy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Wanye Thomas, I want him to have a productive game, but that comes with getting more opportunities, so hopefully this is the game for that.
I also wanted to add that if you were with the James Cook doing all that receiving stuff, if you didn't want Marquise Bell out there just chasing him around, Wanye can do it. He's nice in coverage. Ooh, I got Steph. I got Stephon.
Gilly.
What kind of game do I need him to have? I need him to have a...
Vintage.
I would say I need him to have a disciplined cerebral game where he's
Ooh, look at you with the big words.
he's up here. I need him to be up here with it
Focused.
because his intellect and the time he's played in the game. But also too, am I tripping? Are the Colts and the Bills in the same conference? Or are they in a different conference? Do they play each other a lot?
What are you?
He's probably played Josh Allen. He played for the Colts. Has he not?
Yes, he did. He did, but I'm saying, what was your question?
No. I'm just saying, like he's with a quarterback like Josh Allen that eyes kind of tell the story. Stephon is great at reading that, and maybe he can, give those guys some tips like he does on the sidelines and stuff. But I need
They
him to.
are not.
Oh,
They're not
you
in
were
the same,
saying like,
but they're in the AFC.
They're in the
same
AFC
but I thought you
East,
were, okay,
but-
so I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I just wonder if
the culture of the AFC South.
I just wonder if
Okay.
they've played him, if he's played him, because we haven't.
I mean,
We
yeah,
haven't played the Bills in I feel like how long has it
Since
been?
like
it's an uncommon
19?
opponent.
They haven't played since 19.
Yeah, it's uncommon.
Very uncommon.
But anyway, yeah, I need him to have a up here game.
All right, bet.
Your turn.
We have one time.
Oh, I put it back. Tater tots.
All right, bet.
There we go. Done. No.
Neville Gallimore.
That's a good
Give
one.
me Gallimore.
Because he's going to get more snaps.
Gallimore
Let's see.
snaps. Yes, Jazzy.
Let's see.
Gallimore.
What kind of word? I need him to have what's another word for like? I need that dog in him like that.
Aggressive.
Aggressive game? No, I don't like that. Maybe physical. Physical game.
Physical?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with physical. Since that's the easier way to go with that. Yeah, I need him to have a physical game. Because of course we need that defensive line to come to play. So I'm gonna go with physical.
Yeah, their
Aggressive.
center.
Let's get
Aggressive was
physical.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if physical, yes, but I was looking for that more like, you know what I'm saying?
gritty.
Scrappy.
No, I'm gonna go with physical for now. If I come up with another word, I'll bring it up tomorrow.
Okay.
Lordy.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, he's another gentleman I'm looking at. He gives you things in the pass rush, but in run defense, you want him to continue to show that development of patience and being able to get off blocks and shed and tackle, hold his own. But as a rusher, he's there too. And their center gave up a sack,
they're giving up a lot.
a pressure, and a hurry last week. So Mitch Moore. So their center has given up 22 pressures the whole season, which is a lot for a center.
Tyler Biadasz would never.
He has.
Okay, but
Love
not as
him,
bad.
but he has.
Not as bad.
But yeah, the interior of this
Not as
defense, the interior, specifically the left interior or right interior of this offensive line, can be taken advantage of. And Neville's going to be one of those guys going to be out there, I'm sure.
Gallimore.
He's been getting more snaps. He's been out
getting-
there.
Yeah.
Gallimore.
But it's time to go.
Snaps?
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for today's show. We will see y'all tomorrow. You're watching Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw,
we'll give
the
you
preferred dating partner
Gallimore tomorrow.
of the Dallas Cowboys.
She must be stopped.
Peace out.
Bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!